All right. Good morning, family. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps. Good to see y'all. Light crowd this morning, I know, but we're getting back to our normal schedule here, and it'll start being okay again soon, I promise. Took a few days off, as you know, with family here in town, and yesterday I tried to go live yesterday from the garage on the big table. It's cool out there. I love it. I love having the table, but it's hard to work out there with the cameras. Placement's not right, and because of the steel door, the feed isn't great. Last night I went live too, doing the my 10,000 roll challenge, and we lost the cameras halfway through, so it was like a podcast basically. So anyway, we'll get that figured out. Down here though, in the actual studio, things are going well. Let's get started. We're gonna do our normal get going warm up here with the 350. Just gonna keep on playing the Butterburger, the inside out, or the outside in Butterburger rather, with 320 across. And the $10 craps bet. There's our 320 across. This will be, I'll move this out of the way. This will be our any craps bet once the puck is on, okay? New good luck charm today, by the way. Doing laundry, we found this came out of the laundry. It's a $5 chip from our local casino, Tulalip. When I did my YOLO, I guess I knew I had the 78 bucks here, but elsewhere from that night, I had $5 in my pocket, I guess, last time I went there. So this was in my jeans that Kathy had washed, and this came out. Anyway, so I have free $5 at Tulalip, which is great. So I'm going to add that to my YOLO pile. But for this week, that's going to be our good luck charm. So we'll put that right there in front. From my casino to yours, that's good luck. And here we go. Let's get started. I'm going to pick, let's see, let's do the white dice. We haven't done white dice in a while. We'll do the white dice today. And let's get it rolling. Here we go. We're going to start out getting a point. It'll be a 6, a hard 6, actually, which is cool. And now we go. Let's get 3 rolls, make some money, and get on with the show. So there's the point. Here is a 5, 4, 9. So we lose our craps bet. We'll put that back. The 9's going to pay 60 bucks. We're going to pull the 5 and, or the 4 and 10 rather, both down by 1 unit. And bring 120 up into the rack. That's our first one. We're gonna go outside in, leave ourselves hopefully with 160 to play with. There's hit 1. Here comes hit 2, I hope. Hard 6, yeah, baby. Hit the point. We'll lose that craps bet. We're gonna win, again, the 70 bucks. We're gonna pull the 5 and 9 down. We're gonna bring another 120 back to the racks. Now the rack has got 200. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. There is 100. And I think I've shorted myself some. Oh, here it is. Where's my green chips? There's 200. And there is 220, which is important because we're at 320 on the outside there on the felt, and $20 towards our craps bets. Cool. Puck's off. 2 hits in. Let's get a new point. Right back on it. The 5-1. Oh, should I say it out loud? The mixer. Can I say the mixer out loud? I'm not even sure if that's even permitted anymore. 5-1. New point's going to be a 6. We need one more hit to be out of this hand. There's a 1, 2. Oh, my craps bet's out here. It's a 1, 2, 3. So the craps bet pays 70 bucks, which is beautiful. N can come back down. The 6 and 8 come back down to 30 bucks, like so. And in my rack, there's 100 bucks. That makes my rack right. There's 320, which is your across bet. And then there's 20, 30, which is my craps bets. My rack is now correct with 30 bucks in profit. And we have 160 out on the felt. Beautiful, right? There's your 3 hits to profit. I say this every single night when I'm doing my DI practice. 3 hits to profit. This is what it looks like. Get a point, get 3 hits. You got at least 30 bucks in the rack, plus you're set for 160 or set for 64, depending on what your drawdown is. But here we are. I could walk right now with 190. Not bad, right? Let's keep playing. We're gonna go ahead and press and collect all these bets now. We're gonna go ahead and, actually we'll do a collect, then press. Let's start stowing money away. If we can avoid big red, we'll stow money away. There's a 6. So $35 on the 6. We're gonna collect that. Next one's gonna be a press. on the 6. And we need to probably keep score somewhere. Let's use, I'll use the Lammers here. We'll have the, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And what I'll do is when I'm collecting, I'll have the PC on there. When I'm pressing, we'll have the Pro Craps logo. So the 6 now is going to be in a press mode. Okay, new points coming. Let's have a nice long roll here. Come out 7, nobody cares. 9. Next point is 9. Right where the puck is. Let's go. There's a 9. That's awesome. So the 9, I'm going to move it now. It'll be pressing next time, but this time, $35. Fumbling my chips around here like a rookie. $35 on the 9. Sweet. Coming on back. I'm actually going to turn these reds. I'm short chips, so I'm going to turn the reds in here for 2 greens. Look at that. We have $100 in profit plus what's out there in the felt. We have 2 numbers that are going to be in collection mode. Awesome. Good start here. That Tallulah chip is doing its job for us. All right, next point is going to be a 10, a 6, 4, 10. 10 on the end. And we have a 1, 2, 3, ace, deuce. Doesn't matter. Come on, something on the inside. There's an 8. This is cool. We'll just collect them all once, I guess, right? 5, 3, 8 is $35. The 8's going to turn into a collect, or a press, rather. Loving this. Press and collect. 6, 1. That's the 6. 6 is right here. That's going to be a press on the 6. It goes all the way to 60. So we've taken 35 off. The 6 just got pressed up. I'm going to mark it now as a collect so we don't forget. 9. Beautiful. 6, 3, 9. 9 is over here. We're going to mark it to be collected on next time, but $35 comes. Press it all the way up. And there's our 7. That ends the session, but we did a good job, right? We have 125, 140 in the rack. In profit, we had how much out here? We did a really good job. There's 100, there's 200, 225 on the felt. And again, you don't measure a good roll by how much money you gave back to the casino, and that's not why I do this. But I want you to see that even in a short series of rolls like that, anytime you pull down, that's what you had. You had 225 out here, plus 140 in here. You're at $300 and not a lot of rolls. That was about 7 rolls, 8 rolls total. That's a pretty damn good session right there. And that kind of leads me into today's talk about playing the short game. So let's go ahead and get back to our normal business over here, and let's talk about it. Talk about all the things. All right, I need to order more chips. I do. And the thing is, I gave all my chips away. I sent a lot of chips out in the mail. And by the way, if y'all want chips, you gotta let me know. I'm more than happy to send out chips. So just drop me a DM in Discord or whatever. Give me your address, and somehow over email, john@procraps.net is fine. Discord's fine. We'll exchange chips. It'll be a thing. So. I do have more on order. I actually just redesigned the chips. I'm working with, this time I'm doing pokerchips.com, and they're a little brighter. So I got more legitimate, in terms of casino quality, like they're actual clay chips, a little bit of shine to them, and they're definitely more bright on the outside. So you'll be able to see the color of the chip a little clearer, I think, than you can with these. These are great collector chips, but they're not great playing chips, I think. So that's kind of where I guess I made a mistake when I bought them the first time. All right, let's get into the normal business of the day here. Let's see, I need to change screens. There we go. All right, a lot of announcements, right? I've been gone for a while. So Friday Night Fights is on this week. Eric says, make my $1 pure. I will. They will be white. Everything is going to be the right color. These are the right color if you see them up close, but from far away, they're hard to see. So lesson learned. I have great collector chips. They're not great play chips, like we said. So we will get them right. All right. The announcements. Friday Night Fights is on this week. I don't think I have any plans on Friday or Saturday. So Carl and I will play finally. We took a break last week when my family was in town, so we couldn't do it. So yeah, me versus Carl Friday. I want y'all to get in there, right? We have a lot of active folks in Discord, a lot of active folks in video comments, a lot of good friends. You're in Discord, you're automatically able to just go to casinogaming.tv and just jump into the fray and get yourself into the Friday night fights. It's no cost, it's easy to do, no frills, just get on in there and get it done. I'm going to be working through, and I mentioned this before, a Dark Side weekly show. I'm not sure yet who's going to be my guests or my guest host on that show, but I want to do a full hour a week just talking about Dark Side craps. I think that there's a place for it. I think it's what's the word? It's like the redhead stepchild of craps, right? Nobody who plays likes us on the dark side, but there's ways to play it that can be fun, enticing, profitable, whatever. So we're going to do some dark side stuff. Maybe it's a rotating guest host. Maybe it's just me and somebody. Maybe it's two other people who I don't even know yet. But if you have interest in that show, let me know in Discord also. Let me know in the comments and chat here. But if you want to be on that show, if you're a dark side guru player and love it, that would be the show for you. And I've got some subscribers that I know love dark side craps. This would be a great chance to come on there and be a guest host with me and hang out there. So that'll be a fun thing coming up. And I have actually plans to do a Dice influencer panel type of show as well. Think Fox News or CNN style, like a talking head me with a couple of people who maybe agree or disagree, and we'll kind of round table some topics. So I'd like to do a couple of those and kind of start spinning up some additional content here, more live, more chat based. Those would be great podcasts as well. Just thinking out loud here. Mid-Atlantic Craps. Jeff, I got to call you out, pal. I think you're in here. I see you there. You're going live every day. It's between Big AZ and you, we're getting a lot of live crap. So I got to pump this up. So Big AZ does the thing where if you're a member of the Big AZ Blue Wrench crew, which costs you a few bucks a month on YouTube, not a lot of money, just a couple of bucks, you can play with Big AZ almost every night. Jeff now is doing the same thing where Jeff has got pretty much call to action every day. Hey, I'm looking to deal 3 or 4 players. You got some crapsy people going on. It's basically one dealer live fantasy craps through Jeff's table, which is awesome. He spends the first 5 minutes every night asking people to come play. Now it's there almost every night. Just get on his show early and go play. Whoever registers first 4 people get to play. Jump on it. I think it's great. You can play live with any of us almost any night. I have to get on there and play with you guys at some point. I get so busy at night with my side coding jobs. I kind of go to work and I leave work and take dinner break and then I go right back to work for another 4 hours. So I don't always get to play, but I will. I'll make room for it in my schedule. But yeah, get on Jeff's thing. Jeff's doing a great job. He's becoming a really, really, really good dealer. So jump on Jeff's channel and get your live craps in with him, right? Speaking of live craps, look at Midmo Yo and Sideshow. They're going at it. I love the interplay over the videos. It's cool. It's kind of how Greg and I first did the Horseman. We did this 15 or 20 videos back to back, and that strategy was the result of it. Greg's doing some of that now with Chris from Sideshow Gamble. And now we have Midmo Yo and Sideshow having this great little, I don't want to call it a feud, but it's a thing. So now we have the military versus the fedora for all the marbles. And the question of the day from Midmo Yo is, what should the prizes be? Chris wants that fedora. I think Midmo Yo's got to get a quote unquote game used helmet, man. You got to get him a game used soldier helmet, like a real legit metal, I don't know if they're bulletproof or not, but a real legit metal infantryman helmet that's from the Middle East, that was used in conflict. I think that to me is the prize. The fedora versus a military helmet. Somebody suggested in Chiro's comment section that he gets to rename the mixer if he wins, which I think could be kind of funny. Maybe they get to rename each other's thing. Maybe it's instead of the hat they can rename each other's calling card. Midmo Yo has to call. I don't know. Figure something out, guys. But I think it's kind of fun. I'm looking forward to how that thing turns itself out. And the final real announcement here is fantasy football. So Chris from Dice DJ wants me to remind you all, fantasy football is coming fast and hard, right? We got preseason football starting in earnest this weekend. We'll start being able to pick teams really, really soon. So if you want to play fantasy football, jump into the fantasy football channel on the Discord and then tell Chris from Dice DGen, his name is Dice DGen in Discord, just drop him a direct message that you want to play. Chris, I haven't dropped you a message, I want to play. I think he's talking about doing maybe 2 leagues, one free, one paid. The paid league obviously would be, you kind of win the league, you win the money. Maybe we'll do one of each, depends on interest level. If you want to play fantasy football, now's the time, because we're going to have to get in and get the league created and get the drafting done and all that stuff. So absolutely, if you want to play, please get in and play. It's fun. It's another reason for us to BS with each other offline. You can talk a lot of smack in the chat. It's fun. So fantasy football for the win, if you can do it. So there we go. All right. Let's see. What else do we have going on here? Let me go to the next slide. I got to answer Midmoyo's here's the deal question. Here's the deal. Do you give up your spot? Do you give up your spot if someone rolls up and asks you for your spot nicely or not nicely? If they don't ask nicely, then screw them. They ain't getting my spot. But his question here is, I think, an interesting one, right? Do you give up your spot if somebody walks up and says, hey, that's my favorite spot. Can I stand there? Let's say you're at stick left 1 or stick right 1, or maybe even on one of the ends. You love the ends so much, and someone wants to shoot from there. What do you do? Like, that's kind of a forward question, frankly. I don't know if I've ever asked anybody to get into my favorite spot. I've waited for my favorite spot, but I've never asked a stranger to move. I've asked friends to move, which is fine, because if you're playing with friends, I've done it where we've been in the spots and switched spots during the game to make sure you can shoot from where you want to shoot from. I don't know that I've ever been asked by somebody I didn't know. And my instinct here is to say no, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't move if I was in my spot because I wanted to shoot from there. You know what I'm saying? If I was actually an accomplished dice influencer and I needed to be at one of those 2 spots or whatever to get my shot going, I wouldn't move, because that's what I'm there for. I'm there to make money for me. So no, I'm not moving. If I'm there farting around and I'm just hucking them and I don't care where I stand other than it's where I showed up and I have drinks coming, then I would probably move. If it means that much to somebody, I don't care. I'd probably ask them, like, what do you want? You want to shoot from here? Is like that, or you just superstitious? To me, it's kind of I don't know if like I said, I've never been asked. I'm not sure I would ever ask somebody, but probably I would move if I didn't care about shooting from that spot. If I was there to shoot from that spot, I would not move. I would say, sorry, this is where I like to shoot from. I'll stay here. And frankly, what I've done before too, and just so you know, if your shooting spot is left or right of stick, which most people who like to do a controlled shot like to be close to stick because it shortens the distance. What I typically do, I'm not sure if I can demonstrate this, but what I typically do is let's say that right now, I'll move myself over. Here, I'll guess this side. Let's say that I'm right next to stick, right? When it's not my turn to shoot, or like the guy next to me over here is going to be shooting, what I'll do is I'll put my hand on my chips and I'll step back and I'll be out in the aisle. I'll step way off the table and let that person basically snuggle up to where I was just standing. Like, I'll make room for them during their shot on either side. I just put a hand on my chips and I step way back and I'm out in the aisle. That way I'm still on my spot. I've had doers give me shit for like not being on my spot. Hand is on the spot and lean back and just kind of take a step away. That person can step all the way up into my grave basically and shoot from where they want to shoot from. So given where I am, one spot right or one spot left of me, I can make available by just making myself small, right? That's probably the compromise you should go for, I think. I don't think give up your spot is ever an option, but I do think making room for somebody who wants to shoot from where you are, easy to do. And I think that's the way I would probably handle it, is like, no, it's my spot. I need to shoot from here, but I'll make sure and clear out room for you when it's your turn. And just, again, get yourself out of the way, leave your hand in there, and done. Yeah. I did say snuggle, Old Bay Craps. I did say snuggle on up to me, right? That's totally fine to do that. All right. There we go. Okay. What? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Louis. Yeah, you did notice that. I made room. Right? I make room for my guys, right? East Coast wanted to shoot from where he wanted to shoot from. I just got out of the way. I was walking around while he was shooting. I was kind of, I don't know. I don't hold on to my spot like a teddy bear, but I want to make sure when I got throw, I was where I wanted to be, and that's a big thing. So, all right, there we go. That's my mid-mo-yo. Here's the deal. Question of the week answer. Proper video on that coming soon. So hopefully that helped. Now let's go to our our daily dose of DI. Oh, dark sider, by the way, will not spot make a difference. If you're a shooter and it matters to you, it does make a difference. That extra 2 feet can make a big difference if you're trying to do a controlled toss, right? You're used to your distance of throwing. It's like in baseball, second baseman can't play third base. Not because they can't field, it's because the throw is different. That extra distance makes a huge deal. So yeah, I think it does matter. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Where am I lost? Here we go. SRR. The daily dose of DI. I want to talk about this. Last night I did I'm starting again the 10,000 roll thing. I went live last night, which was terrible because my cameras quit halfway through. So it became, like I said, it was audio only for the most part. But last night's session, my SRR was 7.3. Now overall, I've thrown 575 throws. I'm going to be at 720 here pretty soon. My SRR is over 6 for the entire 500 throws, which is great. That's the goal. I will review with you my entire stats on my setup tomorrow. So I should be able to be at 720 tonight. Tomorrow, that's my baseline. Then I'm setting the baseline to see if I can hit the baseline or improve upon it later with work. And we'll go over the whole stat sheet tomorrow. Today, I want to talk about just this because I think I've said this before. The SRR is, to me, I don't want to say the most misunderstood. It's the most overused estimate or most overused metric, I think. Sevens to rolls ratio is what it stands for if you don't know. It just means how often are you throwing sevens is what this is basically saying. It's the average length of your rolls, right? Pure random should be 6. The 7 should come every 6 times. The proper SRR for a regular random shooter over millions of rolls should be 6. 6.0 should be the SRR. If you're at 7, that means you're holding the 7 off, right, for an extra whole roll that it should be showing. That equates to a lot of money over the course of time. Now, that seems great, and like I should be applauding myself, but I think, again, SRR is the wrong metric to use. It's an interesting one, but it's wrong, and here's why. Here's my throws from last night. Now I'm going to preface this by saying I'm going to start out with an excuse. Last night I rolled like crap because I've been off for 5 days. So I took 5 days of no touching the dice when I had family here. So I came out completely, not only cold, but out of rhythm, right? So I expected to not throw very good, but I still had a 7.3 SRR. How did that happen when I was cold and feeling like crap about my throw? Here's how it was. Here's my rolls from last night. Look at the roll lengths. A 2, a 6 is good, right? A 2, a 3, a 2, a 3, right? An 8, getting a little warmer, a 36 roller, an 11 roller back to back. 8, 36, 11 was a great little series in there. A 0.7 out, and that 0.7 out there, that last 2, I tried to change set and said, let's try something fun. And I threw a freaking 7. And then a 5 at the end. Now I put the ones in purple were the ones I made money on. The ones in purple are the times where I got my 3 rolls, like we just did this morning, where I got 3 rolls and had a profit. So out of 11 shooters, it looks like I had only 5 rolls where I actually made my number. 5 rolls where I made money out of 11. That's shitty, right? Actually 6, because that 3 roller that's green, that was a perfect 3. That was a perfect 3 shots. The other ones though were awful. So an SR of 7 is an average roll length. Okay, if I have an SR of 7, I should make money all the time. But look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls where I basically made no money and even lost money. All those 2s and 3s are losses of, in my case, 320 across. I would have lost 320 on every single one of those rolls, right? My SRR is fantastic. I could write a book about how great of a shooter I am with an SRR of 7 point, whatever the hell it was, 7.2. But in reality, that SRR did not equate to making money because look at all the times I lost. Now, the 36 roller, by the way, I hit the tall, the small, of course, the all. I had 2, the 8 and the 9 both hit the repeater bet. I hit like 7 8s and 5 9s or 6 9s or whatever it was, right? That was a money-making roll, that 36. But look, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shooters in is when that roll happened, right? I would have lost 320 4 times on the way to that roll. I might have been out of the casino. That might have been my entire bankroll. That might have been $1,200 that I lost ahead of that roll. I may have never gotten there to throw it. To me, SRR, if these are all 5, 6s, and 8s, I'm happier with that. I'd rather go 5, 5, 6, 6, 8, 5, 7, 9, 5, 6, 3, or 5, 6, 5, 7, whatever, instead of having the monster 36 in there and even that 11. Right. So to me, that was a bad session last night. Even though I hit the all tall, small and 2 repeaters, that 36 roller would have made me about $5,000. No question about it. I may have never gotten there. And this is why I think SRR is the wrong metric. If you're focusing on SRR only, you're looking at the wrong thing. I'm going to repeat that constantly. When I show you my stats and how things worked out for me throughout this process, I'm going to repeat. SRR is nice to know, but it's an average, and averages require a low end and a high end. And you see it right here. Lots of lows, lots of highs. That makes for a great average, but it makes for a shitty session. And I don't want to have this be my life. This is why we lose. This is why dice controllers lose, because you have these things over here. By focusing too much on SRR, we got to focus on actual actionable roll lengths. And that's what I'm going for here. So the 10,000 roll challenge is on. Tonight, I'm at 575 on my roll count. Right now, I should get that to 720 by tonight or tomorrow night. I should be at about that number. When I'm at 720, that's going to set my baseline. Then we're going to know that's my target. My target SRR was 6.9 or whatever it's going to be. My roll counts, my roll lengths, my averages, my means. I'll have all that stuff published for you this week. Starting next Monday, we'll jump into the actual 10,000 rolls. And I'm going to stop setting. What I'm doing right now is I'm dice setting for each number that I want, which I think is why my numbers are higher than they should be. I'm going to go with the same set starting next week. We'll lay 10,000 rolls out from one set, and we'll start looking at what our metric is going to be as far as that goes as we go. I'll report that here every day. Quick report, while I also respond to some of your comments on Dice Influence. So I'll remind you that if you've got questions, comments, thoughts, whatever on dice control, dice influence, whatever you want to call it, leave me a note in the comments here. Email me, john@procraps.net, or of course use Discord. Any way you want to get to me, just like Midmo Yo's question of the week, I'll answer your thoughts here. And I don't care how controversial they are, just make them intelligent comments and questions, and you got my time, my undivided attention here. I'm pursuing this because I think it's interesting. I'm not trying to prove anything other than to give a lens onto what's actually possible. A, something or nothing. And B, if something is possible, I want to see what actionable things can we do with it? What does it actually change to have an SRR of 7 with an average roll length of 7? How does your life change? That's what I want to know. I don't really care about the numbers. I want to see how my life changes. So there's that. That's my daily dose of DI. Now, moving ahead, today's content, we're going to talk about short stack plays. I'm going to get into short stack plays throughout the rest of the week probably. And I'm also going to start talking more. We might even start a whole series on kind of the different ways to play. We've done some of this here and there, touch and go, but you've got your basic, like today, go across, collect and press and collect, just your normal kind of right side place betting with a pressing thing. There's a bazillion strategies like that, right? They're all the same. They all suck, they all lose, they all win. Those place bet and different pressing methods, that's what people call a crap strategy. That's just one way to play. One way to play is placing and pressing and collecting. Another way to play is the Wayland way, which is, huge bankroll and you're laddering and you're going to work it out over time. With time and money, you end up being able to kind of produce. That's the Wayland way. That's another way to approach the game. Another way to approach the game is purely regression. I think regression into a move is another kind of approach to the game. Of course, dark side play. But short stack playing, I think, is important. And if you know, on Friday Night Fights, we have a short stack round. There's a 6-chip round, 6 25-hour chips, 25-hour table. It's probably the hardest round in the game because you need the dice to play with you, but you got to play smart. I want to talk a lot more about short stacking because I think that short stacking or short game plays are the key to winning. I think every morning I kind of demonstrate that with that 320 across thing. When you get your 3, and 3 is not a lot. 3 is half of what the SRR should be, right? You should be seeing 6. I'm looking for 3. I'm looking to get you halfway there to make money with it. 1 to 3 hits and down is a winning way to play. It's not a home run way to play. It's a winning way to play. And I think we forget that. We get excited. I do these strategies that I think are fun, entertaining, and they're wacko. right? 750 across, press 4 times and collect on the 5th one. That's, you got to be a little bit insane to play that way, right? 1 to 3 hits and down at a lower level, like I'm doing with the outside in Butterburger, works. That's a great way to build profit. Okay, you can use it to build yourself back. You can use it to lock in wins, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in a minute. We can lock in wins playing short stack, and really it can focus you down. Instead of saying I'm going to take $1,000 and win 500, you can say I'm going to take 100 and win 20, and do that 5 times, and earn your first 100 that way. By playing mini sessions with smaller goals, you can retain, I think, better and clearer focus. So I want you to think about your rack being in short stacks. I think it's an interesting way to think through the game. You can get to where you can build way up on a longer run, but you got to get there first. I think short stacking is the way to do it. And again, how do you do it? Rack and stack as you go, or you can increase your levels and use that short stack to go from 44 inside to 66 to 88 to 110 and build your spread as you win versus saying, let's take 44 and collect, 12. And then do it again and collect 12 more. Instead of racking and stacking, you can start building up. So there's lots of ways to approach it. I can't cover them all in one day. So we'll do a little bit of talking about it here at the table in a second. A couple of ideas on it. But really, I want to think about it. So, and in fact, asking for your comments. What are your short stack plays? Right? We've had this talk before months and months ago. Let's get back to it. What are your favorite short stack plays? And I may even bring back the 15-unit challenge at some point, because the 15-unit challenge to me, even the 6-unit challenge are great ways to kind of assert and practice your short stack play. For the new craps channels like Old Bay and CRC and Chiro, let's get you guys working on this too. A lot of folks watch our shows and say, hey, I got a small bankroll. I only got $500 or $300. You're walking in with kind of a quote unquote short stack. How you play it out? All right, let's head to the table and we'll get rolling, and I'll just talk through it here a little bit. So I'm leaving up the roll counter, by the way, and I think I'm on the wrong one. Oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong one. We got to go to here. Let's see. You know what? No, I'm going to start a new one. We're going to start a new roll counter today. Let me go back where I was. Let's. Oh, I can't. Can I? Hold on. I'll do it here today, but I'll change it tomorrow. What I'm going to do, we have 81 rolls here. This is from last week. And along with my 10,000 rolls of controlled shooting that I'm going to log every morning show throw that we do here in the sessions. So what I'm going to run through here is I'm not going to clear the counter. So every day we're going to have, it's 81 today, it'll be 100 and whatever by tomorrow. And we're just going to roll randomly every morning. And I'm going to log 10,000 random rolls from the morning show. And I can be pretty streaky here when we do this. That'll give us another baseline. So I'm going to have this baseline of me throwing controlled, the 720 from this week. We'll have 10,000 of me just winging them down here every morning, which is purely random, the way they ought to be. And we'll have 10,000 of my single set and 10,000 of my setting sets, 30,000 rolls in total to compare and contrast as we go through all this stuff. And that's the plan here. So lots of rolls being logged. I will not hit the clear roll history button again. I'm going to log them every day. So eventually that's going to say rolls 10,000 and change when we're all done here. So with that said, here's my plan. Here's my rack. I've got short stacks 3 ways here. I got a $5 short stack, right? Which equates to, and they're all 6 chips. They're all right now, we may go to 10, but for now they're 6 units. Okay, 6 $5 units. If you find yourself down, and let's actually use these chips in here to show my rack. Here's $500. Okay, let's say I bought in for $500. Let's say that during the course of my night, I won $150. I won 6 green chips, and that is amazing, right? That's my lock, right? But I also won this. Let's say I won 150. Let's say I won 180. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock my profit. I always do this, right? You know me. I take my original bankroll. I take my profit that I was looking to get. I'm locking it up, and I'm left with this. Now, your question as a craps player is this: you're on a roll. You won your profit. You won your goal. You locked it in. What do you play with then? What's your next move? Is your next move, which is legitimate, cut your profit in half or a third, take $50 profit plus your excess profit, and make that what you play with, and you're never going into here again. I'm keeping 100 for sure, willing to burn 50 of that 100. That's a short stack play. This here, leaving the 150 as profit, locking that in, that's an extreme short stack play. You're gonna leave yourself with just 6 units to play with. That's an interesting way to look at this game. This will challenge you. What are you gonna do with $30 or 6 units? It doesn't matter if it's $30. You could have bought in for 1,000, and these could be 6 green chips as your quote unquote excess. So $150 at a $10 table, right? That's a decent amount of money. How do you play here and give yourself a chance to win? Now, again, I'll use the five reds versus the 5 greens. If you've got 5 greens and you're at a less than $25 table, like a $10 table or a $15 table, those 6 green chips there are worth more to you because each of those greens is 5 units beneath. So at a $10 table, you've got per green chip, you've got 2.5 plays you can make. You can break those down. And the same can be said for your blacks, right? If your excess winnings are at the black chip level, you got 6 black chips there. Of course, those break down into 4 greens, and each of those breaks down into 5 reds. So you can take one of these, your black short stack of 6, let's say, and again, you bought in for 10K, you got an extra $600 here. You can break it way down and get into these other numbers. But what I want to explore is what do you do when you only have the 6 units, okay? And again, we'll look at them as whole numbers, maybe not break them down just yet. But let's take a look at here. What do you do with 6 units of play? And I'll use the quarters as the example, but again, they could be reds. And I'm not going to break them down. First, we'll do this without breaking down. We have six units here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you do with just 6 betting units? And again, you're limited in where that money can go and how often you can get there. And again, your short stack play, is going to be based on your goal. Is this excess profit that you're trying to just build, or did you burn your entire rack and it's all you have left? So your mindset's a little bit different here. But let's play this a couple of ways. Let's just go in and we'll take $100 of it, okay? And pick your poison. You can pick your poison. Again, you're going to take all this and go either 100 inside. And again, I'm not breaking them down, right? You know my 6 and 8 at $25 works. You can go even numbers. You can go outsides. You can pick your 4. I wouldn't pick them all. I'd give yourself a chance to make money. And what I would do here is this. If I'm going to bet 4 and leave 2 in my rack, I'm looking to win 2 units. So I'm going to be on the collect, then press patrol if I'm here. Make sense? I want to make sure I have a chance to do it again. Because again, you're looking here to make a little bit of excess. All right, let's roll it out. Let me get my my roll tracker engaged over here. We're probably not going to get a ton of rolls in today. A little extra minute of talking by me, but let's get this over there so I can reach it. Here we go. Let's get a point. We're going to go with 4 units. I'm going to bet the inside instead of putting all 6 on the outside. I'm going to start with an inside series here. Let's get us a number. It'll be an 8, a 6, 2, 8. That's our first point. 6, 2, 8. All right, now we're going to try, and my first goal is just to collect twice. And I'll show you why that's so important to me. We're going to try and collect twice if we can. We got a 4, which doesn't help. This is one thing I say a lot too, a 314. Big Joe. We don't like to bet just the inside. If I can, I want to bet all the boxes. I don't like wasting rolls. When I'm inside and when I'm short stacked, that's a double negative, right? I'm missing out on 2 potentials, right? I don't have enough money here to keep doing this. I got to get out of this hand quick. All right, there's a 516. That's great. 516. I'm not going to say what it is. 25 pays 29. Like so. That's going to become a great press later on. But what I really want is this. I want to have now I have 1, 2, 3 quarters in the rack. The ones here can go for tips. We got 1 payment. We need 1 more inside number to pay. Not pressing anything up. There's the 8. Good. 6, 2, 8. That's our point. That also pays $29. I can pull this green chip back. Now look at my rack. My short stack way of playing here, I have now a chance to do this a second time. I've earned enough, right? I had two, I've added two to it. I can do the same inside play again. That was my first goal. Be able to take a second shot at this thing if I can do it. Instead of just simply spreading out, I'm taking a second shot. Now that we're playing out here with 4 units, let's get a new point actually while I keep talking. There's a 10, 5-5, hard 10 on the end, 5-5. Now we have a choice, right? Do we want to collect and press? Do we want to just press, or do we want to spread? We have a lot of options to us here as we take this next stage. And again, your short stack play, goal number 1, to me, make sure I can do a second version of it. Goal number 2 is to lock up some level of profit. Now, if you look at what I started with, which was 6 units, I've made 2 units in profit. What's the percentage there? That's a third, right? That's a 33% profit in the 2 rolls that I made. If you consider your short stack a subset of your big stack, and your goal every day is 20%, well, we just made 20%, okay, on that. You could just say, hey, I'm gonna rinse and repeat. Let's just keep making 2 unit bets and keep locking this up. If I'm in that position, as I showed you before, where I had the 500 plus the 150 profit, if I'm here and I'm locked, right, this might be a chance to say, well, let's take half of my win and lock it up and leave half up front. And you can build your profit back or build your profit bigger that way. That's option 1, short stack, right? Play half, stack half. Play half, stack half. The other option, get yourself able to play a second time. What I'm gonna do is this, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna be able to play this a second time, but right now I'm gonna do the half thing. As you'll see, I'm gonna put half here and put half down here, and we're gonna try and grow this thing out as we go. Let's go. 5, 4, 9. Good. 5 and a 4. That's a 9. That's going to pay 35 bucks. Okay. So, like I said, what I'm going to do here is this. We're going to pull these back, pull the quarter back. Now I've got 5 units. So what I'm going to do here is when I get the next one, we're going to save 1 and leave 5 up front. I'll take these 10 bucks and maybe let's see, I think let's play a $10 table, and I'll take the reds and grab the 4 and 10 with the change and spread out a little bit, but not too aggressively. Here we go. Ace deuce. 1, 2, 3, ace deuce, 0 help. There's a yo 11 mid-mo, yo 6-5, yo. Again, no help. 2 horn numbers in a row. There's the 6, 5 and a 1. Easy 6. That pays 54. I'm sorry, 29 rather. Okay, so here we are at this great spot. If I pull this quarter back to my rack, you'll see I've got 4 to try it again, and I've got 2 greens here. I'm gonna take one of the greens and lock it, take one of the greens and put it up front as play for next time. I'm in a good spot now. I got a bunch of whites that I can use for tips or for bigs if I need to. I've locked up an additional chip in profit, and I've got more money to spend next time we try this. Mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned, right? Here we go. Did I mark the 6? I did. There's another one, a repeater, 516 repeater. That's gonna pay, again, 29 bucks. And now I feel like I can be aggressive. I'll take that 20 and stack it right up top. That makes it a $54 bet, which is a perfectly sized bet. I'm stoked about that. My 6 has been pressed up. I've hit it a couple times now. It's pressed up. I'm where I wanna be. My short stack is building its way out. Another one. Wow, 6-5 yo again. 6-5 mid-mo yo. Free 3, hard 6. Beauteous. All right, free 3, hard 6. 54 pays 60. I'll do 65 for 2. And again, what I'm going to do here is this. We have this opportunity now. Let's take these reds. We'll grab the 10. I've spread out with the red chips. I got 50 bucks sitting here. I've already pressed it up once, and I've collected now. I'm taking this 50 back, and again, I'm going to put 1 in the front, 1 in the back. I locked up an additional $50 in profit, and I've given myself the starting spread +2. In fact, I started with 150. I've doubled my money. I brought 150 back to the rack. I've doubled my money on the short stack with this little, not so aggressive play. But now that we're here, now that I've locked up an extra 50 bucks and I've recouped my entire short stack in the front here, we're going. We're gonna go. We're gonna go press collect on all these guys. Here we go. If we can get some hits, right? 415. 415 pays 35 bucks. We're gonna press. I'm gonna actually press up my 4 with the reds, and we're gonna be aggressive out here. 5 is gonna be collected next time. 415. 314. That a boy. 314. And that would be a buy bet, by the way. That would cost me $1 to make the buy. That pays 40 bucks. 20 pays 40. Let's even up the 4 and the 10 to both look like a quarter as buys. Okay, and I've got a quarter coming back to my rack. And again, I have a choice. So I lock it or spend it for next time, right? I'm not gonna break it in half. This gives me 7 units. I'm gonna leave it up front here for now so I can be a little more aggressive with my next rollout, because what I've got is 175 up in here, which means I can go out 160 next time. So I'm gonna leave it up front like so. 314 has been logged. One more hit would be beautiful here. 415, oh baby. 415. We said that was gonna be a collect, right? So short stacking is being helped out by having great rolls today, right? That's a $70 winner, right? This can all come back as a collect. And I'll put the reds over here with the whites, just some change. And again, I'm gonna take my 2 extra greens here. I'm gonna play 1 and save 1, okay? My front stack is getting to be pretty stout. We love it. 8, hard 8. The square pair, 4-4, hard 8. It's gonna pay 24. Again, we are stacking the first one. That's at 54 along with the 6. Hard 4. Great roll today. 2-2. Hard 4 doesn't always work out this way, but again, it's going to cost you $1 for that vig. We'll get paid 50 bucks down there. And again, we collected on the 4 the last time. I'm going to press it, and I typically will press the 4 and 10 as a unit. I see them as kind of the same thing when I get a chance to. So they're both going to go to 50 bucks now. Be aggressive. The next collect we get, again, we're going to split up in here. 6-2, 8 easy. 8 easy, 6-2, easy 8. Sweet. That's going to pay, again, we'll do 60, 65 for 2. It pays 63. So 65 for 2. That's a collect for us. We're going to collect because the 8 just got pressed up the last time. Let's collect it. Over here, I'll put the reds just in the red and white stack. 2 greens. We're gonna play 1. We're gonna keep 1. Okay, keep 1 and play 1. 628's been marked. We're good, right? We've earned an extra $100 here in pure profit off that first 6 rolls. That's fantastic. This might be a go home kind of a thing. There's a hard 4. 2-2 hard 4 for $2 in vig. That'll pay me $100, and that's a collect. We said we're gonna collect on our next 4 or 10. There it comes. We're gonna actually put that into the back here. I'm gonna save that black. When I get a black chip, the first one, I'm pushing that into the back stack. I'm keeping that bad boy. 5 and a 4. There's a 9, 9, 9. 5, 4, 9. Pays 35 bucks. We're gonna press the first one. I'm just gonna go to the green level. I'm gonna keep the reds with me. Did I mark that? I did. 516. Whoo! Look at all these nice gray numbers in the. I love seeing gray numbers when I'm doing the roll tracker because that means I'm making money. Again, we'll do 65 for $2 out here, and let's go ahead and get press the 6 now to 90. Make that 6 look like 90. That's going to collect me a black chip the next time. I'm going to bring the 24 bucks. Again, the 4 goes back in here. Back to my rack. Now remember, I took the $100 and I stacked the $100 last time. I'll put this green in the front. Now my front looks like 100, 200, and 25. So we can think about it like this too. My next play is gonna probably be either 220 or 320, 220 inside or 320 across, right? Right now I've got 250 bucks in the front. So I can play 220 the next time for sure. Another couple of greens in here, we're playing 320. So I'm gonna make my next goal with this short stack play the ability to fund my next play. So I'm gonna keep this here, looking to get 320 so I can play that 320 across strategy the next time through, okay? Let's get another couple hits in here. Another one, 5-1, back to back, 5-1. That's fantastic, it pays 105. That's gonna be a collect, 100, let me get some more chips here. That pays 105, and that's a collect on that 6. We just pressed up to 90, we get 105 here. We'll put the nickel in the back, and what I'll do here is I'll take this 100. I have 4 greens in my back rack. I'm gonna put the 100 back there and exchange it to myself for 4 greens. And now I've got 100, 200, 325. There's my 320 across for the next time, plus an extra quarter. What I'm doing now, my mindset just changed. I collected 320. My next go is 320 across. I've got it right here. Matter of fact, I'll put these red chips up there and put that green in the back. Now there's my 320 for next time. Everything off this table now is coming to the profit center. I know I'm going out 320 next time for sure. Everything else off this table is coming back to here as profit. And what I've locked up, by the way, is 250 plus 320. That looks like 570 to me. Plus I've got 51, 52, 50, and 90. So I've got 340 out there on the felt we've grown up to here. And again, not being aggressive, right? Not being crazy. We collected and pressed. We took care of our rack first early, right? Once the rack got taken care of, we started adding profit. Once the profit got taken care of, we started pressing, right? Good way to approach this short stack kind of mentality. If you're playing this at a casino and you get this kind of a roll, you're not gonna make thousands, you're gonna make hundreds, but starting from 150 to make about whatever we got here, that's pretty damn stout. There's a 6, 4, 10, that's your point. Okay, again, $2 in vig will win you $100. Love it. Again, right back to the back stack, right? We're collecting black chips here, black chips here, black chips here. I may press these 3 up to get black chip level on the next hit. 6, 4, 10. Here we go. Whoa, Nelly. 516, another one. There's your next point is a 6. Here we go. 4, 3, 7 out. There, it finally had it happen, right? 4, 3, 7. 4, 3, 7 out. So what's on the felt goes bye-bye. But again, this is money that I was not attached to. It would have been nice, right? We maybe could have regressed a little bit there, but we made good goal. Let's put all this back in the bank where it belongs. And let's look at where we start. We started out with 150. We started out with 150 bucks, 6 green chips. I've collected 200 in profit locked up, plus 320. Even though I lost that last round of stuff there, we've got 520 in the rack after our starting. That's really freaking stout. Now I could be happy if 350 is good enough, we could be done, and I can take this with me and make it look like 680, or we can get a new point, which we will, because why not? 426, right? Again, here's your decision at the casino. Do I go home? I would go home with that. Right, there's 350 plus 320 is 770 minus your 150 you started with. That's a hell of a profit right there up that short stack. But I want to show you how to manage it, right? We locked up as we went, gave ourselves a chance to do something special here. We're going to go 320 across, right? This is a completely aggressive move now. I'm no longer short stacked, right? This is a complete profit aggressive play. We're going to try and get these things to black as fast as we can. We're going to press, then collect on each of these guys and build up to collecting black chips as fast as humanly possible. Here we go. Let's try and avoid big red. 6, 4, 10 on the end. That's fantastic. 6, 4, 10. I've got $2. That'll pay 100 for 2. Let's get Since they're both already at the black level, the 6 and the 4 and the 10 are both, they should be bought, by the way. They're both collecting blacks. I'm gonna move these chips out to the 5 and 9 and make them look like 75 bucks each, okay? I'm also gonna move out to the 6 and the 8. I'm gonna throw in 10 bucks from my rack and make them look like 90. So with that first hit, it actually was a pretty solid hit there because it paid 100 bucks. I've got everything in one shot here. I have one too many reds. Everything here is collecting blacks. These are collecting 100, those are at 105, those are at 105. I've already pressed myself up with the first hit to ensure myself a black on every single collect. We went from 320 to 480, just like that. Lovely. Give me one hit. Give me one hit and I'm happy. 6, 4, 10 on the end. 6, 4, 10, and again, we'll have to put 2 bucks out there for VIG. That'll pay 100, I'll give it to you in greens. And what that means for me now is this. I can put 2 in the front and 2 in the back. I'm gonna keep on splitting my profits here as I go. Let's get those green chips as fast as we can, or the black chips. Here we go, 6, 4, 10, marked up. 6, 6, midnight. 6, 6, midnight. I can't sing, Waylon, I'm sorry. Another one, back to back, back to back. 4, 2, 6, that's my point. 4, 2, 6, puck is off. That pays 105 bucks. Like so. Let's collect that black. Now I've locked up, if I take these 4 greens out of here, I've locked up 500 bucks in profit. How awesome is that? 500 bucks in profit. Now, I could have split that one like I did before. Fine. I like locking up colors. That makes me a purple chip in profit. That's awesome. Let's come out again. 415, 415. 5 to fever. Let's go. Yo. Yo, yo, yo. 6, 5, yo. There's our 7. Okay, now we're done. Now we done. Did a good job though, right? We got ourselves up to 2. Actually, we collected black chip 3 times. We got here twice on the 10 and the 6. $550 in profit coming home. Now we did leave a ton out here, right? I'm not gonna lie. There's 300, there's 400 and 430 is out there. That was a lot. That was a lot to go down in flames with. But again, when you're at this extreme profit level, like we just were, that's cool. That's totally cool. Let's do another round of this because that was too easy. Way too easy. The dice helped us out way too much. Look like a rock star when you start making 500 bucks every time you throw the dice, right? Let's do it again. I'm gonna reset everything. Again, we'll have our 500 bucks in the back that we started with. Here's gonna be our 6 units, okay? Now this time we can be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe we'll do something totally different here. This time let's do something, a whole different play, a different kind of short stack play. It's gonna take extra money to do it, but what the hell? We haven't done an iron cross in forever. There's a 617 on the come out. Now we're gonna get the 7s to even up the score here a little bit. 5 points, 5. So what I would do here, make these look like 30 bucks, 6 and 8, 15 in the field. So it's gonna cost you 75, 85, 95, 100 bucks to get out there with a properly sized iron cross. 3 to 1 is the ratio you want. We got some field out. I'm gonna parlay my fields. If I hit the parlay, I'm gonna press. The field is gonna be an independent animal. We parlay and then we press from the parlays. These are just gonna be a full inside press every time. I got 50 bucks in here. If we go down quick, we'll use this 50 bucks to do something different. Again, short stack mentality here is different, right? You gotta work hard to get this so you can try it again. That's always my first goal. Let's avoid big red here for a little bit. 5, 4, 9. 5, 4, 9, so we're gonna take a crack at it, okay? We could simply collect and be able to replace. I'm going to be aggressive and press that field all the way up. Hopefully getting a hit. Ah, shit, we lost it. 437. 437. That would have been cool to hit the parlay and moved it around. Now we're stuck. right? This time the dice weren't nice, to use Brian's quote. Now what do? You got 50 bucks left, right? Not a whole lot you can do here with 50 bucks. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it on the 6 and the 8 only and try and work myself back to health by getting one of those insides to hit. That's the best you can do here at this level. I could break them down and go 44 inside. I don't believe that's the best play to make. With only these 2 chips here, spreading out so low might take too long. You could for sure go 44 inside with this and have to build this thing back up again penny by penny. It's going to be tougher here. We're going to go a little bit degen style and go all in on the 6 and the 8. There's the hard 6 for our next point. There's a yo, 6-5 yo. $3-1-4, and here's the problem, right? 3-1-4. And oh, by the way, I'm going to set my rack up like this. I meant to do this earlier. This assumes we have our starting bankroll plus 100 bucks in profit. So this is a profit play. That's why I'm okay with going all in on 2 numbers here as a profit play versus, if that was my last 50 bucks, I wouldn't do it on 2 numbers, most likely. But here we're just trying to get a score. 4-2-6, that's the point. 29 bucks. Pays 29 bucks. And our choice here, let's log that in, 4-2-6, is what do we do with this 29 bucks, right? I could and probably should come back here and start building back to play a second time, right? Take 1 hit from each and then make decisions. I'm not going to spread out until I've got something back here in the rack that's kind of substantial. Let's come back out. 5-2-7 come out. 1-2-3 on the come out. If you're playing the pass line, you just broke even out there. There's the aces. Take your pass line bet away. Pay the don't. 6-5 yo, take the don't. Pay the line. 6-3-9. Okay, we have a point. We have a point. 6-3-9. One more hit in here. I'll be a little bit happier with one more hit. Hard 4. Hard to play with only 2 numbers, isn't it? Really hard to play that way, but we got it. We got a 6. We got a 3-3, 3-3, hard 6 for $1. That'll pay $30. Okay. I'm going to collect that whole thing, and now I've got 50 bucks in my rack. I could do that again, or I could now pick up the extras. I would like to get one more hit. I'd like to get one more crack at that. What's what I'll do? I'm going to wait for 1. Not really quite back to profit yet. There's an 8. That's awesome. 6-2-8. All right. So here, again, we're going to get paid 30 bucks for 1. Now I have 100 bucks or 75 bucks in the rack. Okay. Remember, I started with 150. We got burned for the 4 units right out of the gate. I've got 3, 4, 5 units here. I'm still a unit light, but this is the time to get in here and pick up an extra 1. Let's try and get one more hit and get our rack refilled. Did I log the 8? I did. There's a 9. That's good. Good call there. 5-4-9. We get 35 bucks on that one. I'll take the 10 bucks back to the rack. And now I got 50 in the front. Okay. Choice to be made here, right? We're back to even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got back what we lost. We could come to here now. And let's buy these guys for the next roll, right? Let's be aggressive. We worked hard to get there. Let's be a little bit aggressive here. We are again. We're working on profit stack. 6-2-8. Different way to play it. Last time I was very easy with it. This time I'm going to be a little bit harder with it. Let's get these things pressed up. Ah, you little sucker. Look at that. 5-2-7. The aggressive play didn't work, but if you're in this position where you've got your profit already locked from earlier, it doesn't matter. Last time we did this and made 700 bucks. This time we did it and we lost our 150. Bummer. Dice didn't play well. That's exactly how it rolls, right? Welcome to craps, guys. You can't make it look easy once, make it look really hard the second time. Who's played that game before? Where it starts out awesome and you just burn out like super, super quick. All right, let's go. Let's see. Back to the grind. Let's go back to my face over here. All right, so we did some short stack playing. Is it the key to winning? I don't know. To me, it's the key to locking. So when you're in profit like we were, I simulated a $500 buy-in with a $100 profit, and then we take the extra 150 that we had, the extra profit, and try to turn that into something great, which we ended up doing the first time. The second time, not so much, but we gave it a really good run. So there's that. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's go to chat real quick and see if there's anything you need me to talk about. Let's see. I'm seeing some comments here about the roll trackers. Let's see. So yeah, it says John's and the CN, the Craps Nation KPI written by members. So Troy from PSO, as Jeff notes here, he wrote the official roll tracker, the one that Craps Nation folks like Jeff and Chris and everybody else uses. The one that you're seeing here that I use is not a spreadsheet. I actually wrote this in React. This is actually a web app. So it can handle more data. This thing can handle 1 million rolls and not have a problem. And it scales well. So I wrote it, but it only has small feature sets. All it does is log the rolls and gives me kind of my graphs. It doesn't give me all the stats just yet. Those are coming. So there's a couple of them out there. This one's not available for public use just yet. It will be at some point, but for right now, it's really just kind of for me to be able to do the show and not have any lag. The other one, the spreadsheet one, causes a lot of drag. It can take like 10 seconds for a number to show up on screen sometimes. So that's why I wrote this over here. All right, I think that's it. Let me go look at the chat. Anybody here asking specific questions? Let's see. Question from Dice Dr. Dan. Do we use a special Friday night fight for the sideshow versus mid-mo? Yeah, totally. We can do that. I think that's a good idea. We can do something special with those guys for sure. I think somebody mentioned on the channel, on one of their channels, I forget who, that we should do 3 of them, like a best of 3 type of thing. So I can deal one, Jeff can deal one, maybe AZ can deal one, somebody else can deal one, and we'll do 3 of them, and we'll do best 2 out of 3. That's totally cool, for sure. Chris puts up his Fremont hat versus the fedora. That's really cool. And a donation to the winner's favorite charity. Love that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Wayne wants to know what my signature numbers are so far. It really depends. There are days where it's the 9. Like the 9 can be really hot for me. And like last night, it was the 8. But yeah, the 5 and 9 have become, based on the way I'm throwing right now, my hot numbers are the 5 and 9. I'm really crushing those two currently. We'll see. I might keep that going with the challenge. Let's see. How's the Casino Craps location app go? Oh, it's going. So I haven't gone back to it. It worked good for DiceCon. I got to get back to the grind on it and get the whole country in there and get some live stats. Problem is I picked up a side job, so I'm doing some coding at night. Actually 2 side jobs, if you can believe that. I'm doing the show, my regular job, and 2 side gigs. 1 coding, 1 recording stuff. So I got a lot going on. I haven't had time to fix the roll tracker the way I want to, or the casino locator, but they're both on my radar as things to do after the things kind of clear up for me. So, all right, I think that's all that I got for you today. That was a lot. We're at 9:15. We're a little over time, but there was a lot to go over in the beginning. Not a lot of rolling today. We had just a couple of shooters there, but it was fun to get a decent roll in and see how that works out. And we're at 132 on the roll count. So again, I'm going to try and roll my random thing up to 7,000. And interestingly enough, I want you to see this. Let me actually switch my screen. Let me go here and log this in. So check it, look at this. This is my random rolls. We're at 132, okay? But look at the pyramid. The pyramid, the reds are the expected numbers and the greens are the actual numbers. Look at the 6, 7, and 8. They're exactly, and the 5. The 5, 6, 7, and 8 are exactly where they should be, as is the 11 and the 4. Every one of these numbers is almost perfect to what you'd expect the distribution to be. Isn't that interesting? It's all in 130 rolls. It's almost, we're not even at law of big numbers yet. But look at that, randomly throwing, we're actually at the complete expected values on almost everything. If you look at my rolls from DI practice, it's different. Me setting the dice and trying for things, look at the greens. My actual rolls are higher than expected on many of these categories, right? The 4, the 5, the 8, the 10, the 11, and the 12 are all higher than you expect to see. So is my set and my throw causing this? I'm at 575. I'm way over the other one, which was at, we're at 132, a perfect SRR of 6 over the last 3 shows. That's interesting to me. Completely random, produces expected results. A little bit of care and caution with your toss and your set changed the outcome. I think that's actually kind of interesting. And again, not scientific. 132 rolls is by no means mathematically significant, nor is 575 rolls. I think there's a long way to go. I need 10,000, I think, to get to a relevant number. But it's interesting already how these charts are starting to take shape. Very, very interesting stuff. All right. I see Duracell says Dice Tracker Throw. Oh, is this the one that's the iOS app? I think it's what that is. Dice Tracker Pro. I thought it's purple, right? Something like that. I think I saw that on Facebook channel. Haven't tried it yet, but it's handy because it's right there. It's right there in your hand on your phone. So pretty cool. Yeah, checking it. Yeah, 10,000 is going to give us the number, right? 10,000 will tell us where we're at. That you're going to get into laws of big numbers there for sure. Is dice setting causing clustering? I don't know. I will say yes, but I my numbers are too small. Last night, on all my big rolls, I had a 16, an 11, and a 36, and an 8, I think, right? On all of those rolls, on one, I think I hit 2 4s and 10s the entire time. All those numbers were in the middle. It was all box numbers and a couple of horns. Completely clustered my output last night. But again, that was last night. Until I can see that consistently over time, I'm not going to make a statement on that because last night sure felt like it. But again, 150 rolls does not a science person make. I don't know how to say that, but you know what I'm talking about. So, all right, there we go. So Justice Jen, I've done 0. What I've done so far, I'm setting the first 720 rolls as a benchmark. I'm doing 720 rolls. The way that I currently do it to set kind of the baseline for where I am, I'll probably start the 10,000 on Monday. So I've done 0 on the official 10,000. I'm doing 10,000 starting Monday with that single set. And I'm also doing the morning show. Every roll from now on will be logged. So I have this roll count up here that I'm showing will be at 10,000 at some point. I'm never going to reset the rolls for the morning show. That'll be actually 30,000 when we're all said and done. All right, guys, time for work for sure. Justice Jen, I will bookmark this tomorrow. Let's do that. Let's make that. Let's have tomorrow be a little bit of a educational session on what to say, what all these things mean. So that'll be fun. Good deal. Let me actually take a screenshot of that. All right, got it. I'm going to take it over here. There it is. Cool. All right, guys, have a good day. Love y'all. Thanks for being subscribers and sticking with me. Glad to have you back. Glad to be back on my normal routine, back at the regular table. I'm going to go live again tonight in the garage. But again, if I lose the video feed, it is what it is. I'll narrate the whole thing and keep working towards a better solution out there. So anyway, that's it. You have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.